Hello, my name is Sociology and I'll be presenting on homelessness. We'll be covering the definition of homelessness, the factors of homelessness, the stereotypes around homelessness and conflict theory application, homelessness and its impact on society and possible solutions. What is homelessness? Homelessness is a condition in which individuals or families do not have permanent housing or shelter. There are 4 types of homelessness: transitional, episodic, chronic, and hidden. Transitional homelessness is caused by a major life event that leads the individual to become homeless. Examples are divorce, domestic abuse, and family crisis. Episodic homelessness includes individuals who have experienced 3 instances of homelessness within the last 12 months and include those who are currently homeless. Episodic homelessness can lead to chronic homelessness if there is not enough support and resources. Chronic homelessness includes individuals who have a debilitating condition and have been homeless for more than 1 year. Hidden homelessness includes individuals who do not have a permanent home and rely on others for shelter or refuge. In 2023, HUD's annual homeless assessment report reports that more than 653,000 people in America are homeless. Compared to 2022, homelessness in 2023 has increased by about 12%. The causes of homelessness include social and economic factors such as mental illness, poverty, and substance addiction. Currently, there is a shortage of affordable housing for low-income individuals and families. The increased price of housing forces individuals and families to pay more of their income towards housing or become homeless. One linked aspect of unaffordable housing is low-income jobs that individuals or families are forced to work. Low-income jobs stay stagnant in wages while housing prices rise, causing low-income individuals and families to be at risk of homelessness. Mental illness, substance disorders, and addictions can cause and result from homelessness. There are not adequate resources and treatments for those who are homeless and dealing with mental illness, substance disorders, and addictions. Without proper support for these issues, individuals struggle to gain stability and work. For women and children, domestic violence is the leading cause of homelessness. In domestic violence cases, women do not have the financial, physical, and emotional resources to leave the abuser. However, if she does not leave, she and her children will suffer from the abuser. For military veterans, post-traumatic stress causes homelessness. Post-traumatic stress causes individuals and veterans to indulge in addictions and leave home. Additionally, process of becoming homeless can cause trauma and mental illnesses. Sudden traumatic events and crises can lead to homelessness. Many factors can lead to homelessness, and risk factors for individuals in poverty contribute to homelessness. In most cases, homelessness is complex and depends on various factors. There are many prevailing negative stereotypes around homeless individuals. One stereotype is that all homeless people suffer from mental illness and drug addiction. However, only a percentage of homeless people deal with mental illness or drug addiction. Numerous factors can lead individuals to leave their home. The most common stereotypes are that homeless individuals are lazy and refuse to work. However, homeless individuals have to find resources to live because they do not have easy access to necessities. Individuals who are homeless do not have the luxury of being lazy. Additionally, homeless people do not have technology such as the cell phone to aid them in finding resources. Homeless people struggle to find a job because of niche requirements and transportations in order to acquire one. For a homeless individual, acquiring transportation and proper clothing is difficult as they barely have enough for necessities such as food and water. Negative stereotypes objectify and dehumanize homeless individuals, therefore leading to an increase in hate crimes, discrimination, violent acts, and poor treatment towards the homeless. Karl Marx's conflict theory states that society is internally competing for limited resources, thus creating eternal conflict. The conflict theory states that eternal conflict is a result of individuals who have economic and political power versus those who do not. In the conflict theory, there are 2 types of classes: the bourgeoisie and the proletariats. The bourgeoisie are the wealthy and own property, while the proletariats are the poor and sell their labor. There is a strict line between the 2 classes. The wealthy alienate the poor and create social institutions where the poor do not succeed. The poor do not have the power and stay stagnant in their influence, status, and wealth. The wealthy uphold their influence, status, and wealth by controlling social institutions to work in their favor. The conflict theory views homelessness as a result of capitalism. In a capitalistic society, status is based on wealth and capital. The homeless do not have wealth or capital and therefore are viewed as undeserving and lazy. The external factors around homeless individuals are not considered and therefore overlooked. The capitalistic social classes oppress the least wealthy, thus the homeless and the unemployed. The homeless and unemployed lack economic, political, and social power. Thus the social classes between the rich and the poor are perpetuated. The conflict for wealth creates a gap between the wealthy and the poor. The top wealthy individuals disregard those at the bottom of the hierarchy. Homelessness impacts society and everyone in society. In a community, homelessness affects the availability of mental health care. Homeless individuals are deterred from accessing health care and treatment. Thus, homeless individuals do not have regular and necessary health care. Subsequently, homeless society people have more serious and expensive health problems that increase public health risks to society. When a homeless individual is hospitalized, their stay is 4 times longer than the average stay. The incurred expenses add up for the public and thus taxpayers. Additionally, homeless people suffer from long-term illnesses and require consistent care for long periods. These long-term illnesses can include HIV and AIDS, mental illnesses, and drug addictions. Homeless individuals are at greater risk of prolonged illnesses and sicknesses caused by their living environment. Crowded shelters and living outdoors create difficulty in healing and avoiding infectious disease. Homeless people do not have enough nutritious food, medicine, hygiene, and space. Airborne diseases like COVID-19 tend to infect homeless populations more and make healing a lot more difficult. Homelessness creates more costs for taxpayers due to incarceration costs. Compared to other populations, homeless people spend more time in jail. Laws such as panhandling or sleeping in cars target the homeless, and these violations increase their time in jail. There are plenty of moral and ethical challenges that come with homelessness. Homelessness does not affect adults, but children as well. Homeless children suffer from mental health problems, inadequate health care, family violence, and behavioral issues. They do not receive proper consistent education and do not have the necessary tools to improve their education. As a consequence, homeless children grow up to be homeless adults. Being homeless is one of the biggest social stigmas. This social stigma creates an in-group and an out-group. Those who have a permanent home are in the in-group, while the homeless are part of the out-group. The in-group collectively upholds the social stigmas that prevail along the homeless. As a result, homeless individuals live in shame and are afraid of reaching out for help. Homeless individuals need help, and social stigma is a barrier working against those who need resources. Homelessness does not only affect the homeless, but everyone in society. Homelessness and poverty are linked, as impoverished individuals cannot afford shelter over water and food. The most impoverished individuals are minorities, and minorities experience homelessness more often than whites. African Americans suffer from homelessness the most due to historical and structural racism. Homelessness and poverty are interconnected with inequality and racism. The system of disenfranchisement, injustices, and oppression has created an economic and social imbalance for African Americans. The social stigma of homelessness causes African Americans and Latinas to struggle more. These biases lead to discrimination and make life and finding jobs harder for minorities who are suffering from homelessness. Additionally, indigenous people, immigrants, and minorities have an increased risk of being homeless. Homelessness is not a small issue that can be resolved right away. A sudden change of life events can cause anyone to be homeless. Various factors can increase risk of homelessness or lead to homelessness entirely. The social stigmas and stereotypes around homelessness perpetuate the situation, and the homeless fear condemnation if they attempt to receive help. Minorities such as Indigenous people, African American, Latinx, and immigrants have an increased likelihood of becoming homeless. Homelessness does not affect everyone equally. However, there are solutions presented by the government and private programs that allocate resources to the homeless. These are interventions, affordable housing, permanent supportive housing, residential subsidies, shelters, increased employment, and increasing incomes. Interventions are programs and services designed to reduce the chance of homelessness or back into homelessness. The intervention services help stabilize housing. Affordable housing creates opportunities for low-income individuals to find housing and to keep that housing. Permanent supportive housing creates permanent and affordable housing while offering services to aid with mental illness, substance abuse, addictions, and healthcare. Homelessness is a cycle that needs to be broken. Thank you.